Turkey is Neslihan MOLLAOGLU. 2 wins and 1 defeat in her career so far. The 2 wins coming in Turkey, the defeat on the road in Kosovo over 8 rounds. Has competed as well as a pro kickboxer. This is her IBA.PRO debut and a good opportunity for her to show what she can do. And we've seen people take opportunities in the away corner throughout the course of IBA.PRO, and she's in with a fighter who's got a lot of backing in Azaliya AMINEVA. I've seen her 3 times already, AMINEVA, and you can tell that she's being groomed as a potential star of this setup. So there's plenty of eyes on this for MOLLAOGLU, and that's exactly how she has to think about this.
Дамы и господа, приветствуйте на пути в золотой угол ринга, представляющая Октябрьский Башкортостан, Азалия Аминева!
From Oktябрьский, which is in this region, so she's got very good support here. Azaliya AMINEVA, 3 fights, 3 wins. Made her debut in Serpukov last July. I was at that fight actually. It was a tremendous night. Babagateyev against John O'Carroll. Gadzhimagomedov against Zhang in this purpose-built outdoor arena on the outskirts of the town, and she got a first round stoppage. Since then she's had a couple of wins on points, over 6 and over 8. Good amateur. Won plenty of titles, 2-time European Youth Champion. Went to the World Championships in 2023.
Итак, дамы и господа, нас ожидает женский поединок. Формула боя 6 раундов по 2 минуты. Весовая категория до 66,7 килограмма. Представляю участниц этого боя первым боксера в черном углу. Ей 32 года, рост 161 сантиметр, официальный вес 64 килограмма 450 граммов. Ее рекорд насчитывает 3 боя, 2 победы при всего 1 поражении. Представляющая Трабзон, Турция, Неслихан MOLLAOGLU! Ее соперницы в золотом углу. 22 года, рост 176 сантиметров, вес 65,8 килограмма. Мастер спорта международного класса, двукратная чемпионка России, победитель игр стран БРИКС. Ее рекорд на турнирах IBA.PRO насчитывает 3 боя, 3 победы, в том числе 1 нокаутом. Представляющая Октябрьский Башкортостан, Россия, Азалия Аминева! Рефери поединка Сергей Журкин.
Stop. Head up, no low blow, no holding. Listen and follow my command. Good luck.
So you can see the height difference between the two of them there as they were called to the centre of the ring. AMINEVA in the white, MOLLAOGLU in the black. 15 centimetres as these two clash.
Bit of a change in the atmosphere in the arena there as well when AMINEVA came out. She got the champions announcement from the announcer, and then she got the fans recognition as well. So very much got a bit of backing around her as well. And the fans keen to see it.
When you look at the physical differences between these two, it seems obvious what AMINEVA should do here. Just use that wingspan, keep it on the outside, start off softening MOLLAOGLU up with the jab, and she's getting down to work quickly here. Landed a good combination. The gloves were up, so maybe half blocked the majority of those punches, but they were still nice and solid, and then in the end got thrown to the floor. And MOLLAOGLU is standing in range, really, which is a dangerous place to be. You get the feeling in a contest like this for her, given she's under the cosh here, enormously, right at the start of the fight, and the referee, I don't think was close to stepping in there, but MOLLAOGLU has got to do more than that, because if she's just going to cover up and just stand within range here with AMINEVA, then AMINEVA is just going to set her feet and let her hands go.
It's an electric start from AMINEVA. She didn't really need to throw her opponent to the canvas. She could have just taken a step back there and worked even more, because there's not a lot coming from MOLLAOGLU herself. So it's all her in the ascendancy, all her momentum right now, and she's picking her shots nicely and throwing off the back of it, because physical attributes kind of, she's got the length in the arms, she can dictate the pace, she can dictate the range, she can dictate the range with her feet as well. She's got all the assets here to put on an impressive performance, and she is so far.
So final few seconds of round one, and it's been a good opening round for the home fight. So MOLLAOGLU short with the right hand, and then just click with the jab again, and the touch of gloves between the two, and MOLLAOGLU has got a real task on her hands here, because from what we've seen in that opening round, she is out of her depth.
Yeah, I mean, she has a pedigree within the kickboxing and the Muay Thai space, so I think she'll be able to translate some things over. It's not always completely alien for those who step into the ring to, if they've got kickboxing experience, to carry that through. And we've seen champions and people that like to give a wide range of all experiences within the kickboxing realm, and bringing that over here to boxing. And they good success of their career, so you'd think MOLLAOGLU have a bit more about it, but right now she shows nothing. That's because of the offense of AMINEVA.
Absolutely, you have to give AMINEVA credit, but you can just see MOLLAOGLU there in the replays. When she's under fire, she just tucks up and waits for it to end, which is not necessarily going to, because AMINEVA just sets her feet, gets that distance, and is able just to let those hands go and keep letting them go. And that's the problem that she's going to have here, MOLLAOGLU. She's got to try and smother and spoil as much as she can to try and get through these 6 2-minute rounds, and either just pull herself completely out of range and try and find open water and live there, if you like, or get right up close, all the way out or all the way in, because if she can get inside that long reach and bore in with her head to the chest like she's trying to do there, that's the way forward for her. But AMINEVA is not going to make that easy for her, I don't think.
The way forward isn't stepping back, and that's what she's doing right now, because AMINEVA's pushing her back with the jab. She's finding that jab in her face as soon as she steps forward, but she's got to kind of try and parry that and then come through with something down to the body, and then build up to the head if she can. But just stifling that distance and trying to maybe battle with that lead hand from AMINEVA might be a route for her, but right now she's not really figuring that out or finding it either. What she's finding is the barrage punches in front of her.
AMINEVA just flicking that jab out, almost hitting her with the back of the glove.
I was saying to you before that the contest started, it's very reminiscent of Savannah Marshall. I find her to be quite gangly. Those long arms can be hunched over as well too, and the way she throws a combination as well, very reminiscent of her own Brit Savannah Marshall.
Well, she carries those hands low, doesn't she? Really kind of explodes them up from the waist, and again she's just manoeuvred MOLLAOGLU back into the corner here, and just waiting before she launches another assault. She might be looking to try and dress things up a little bit more here, just to try and prise open a gap, maybe just vary up the weight of punch. But again, MOLLAOGLU gets caught there, and she's in trouble here, and does manage to just dip, get underneath and get a hold of AMINEVA to a degree. And there goes the bell at the end of another pretty bruising round for MOLLAOGLU, who is certainly earning her money tonight, and AMINEVA having this all her own way, and it's just a question really of how could she force a stoppage here.
Yeah, I think she's happy to entertain the fans as well too. She drops her guard down and she just throws a little bit of a speculative punch to MOLLAOGLU. I think she's happy to just showcase what she has to the fans, keep it going for a bit more, and end it essentially when she wants to, with whether it be a flurry or finding a big shot that landing on MOLLAOGLU. But she's forcing it back. You see the footwork as well too when it comes from MOLLAOGLU. It's not quite right, not quite efficient for the boxing fight game. So it's all in her favour, AMINEVA, and she can continue to entertain, or she can find a way to close the curtain earlier than the scheduled distance.
So into the third, AMINEVA in the white, MOLLAOGLU in the black. To come after this are top of the bill Artur Subankulov up against Tigran Uzlian. 10 rounds for the WBA Continental title at lightweight. Subankulov, another local fighter. Just measuring with that lead hand, AMINEVA.
She's finding the pot shots now, finding those just a little bit of throwing away the 1-2, 1-2, and then she's finding a little bit of uppercut in there, or a shot down to the body, whatever she can. She's happy to throw it because she's in full flow and having fun. MOLLAOGLU's not really tried anything though actually in return. She could throw a big overhand right, she could try him with a left hook or just step in, and there's a shot there.
I think if anything, AMINEVA is trying to tempt that out of her, isn't she? The way she's doing it in this round is she's measuring the distance, she's tip-tapping, looking to try and find a gap to really sink something in that's heavy, that just catches her a little bit open, which is what she's done there, and then maybe just rushes it slightly as she's backed MOLLAOGLU up to the ropes. But she's shown that she can tuck up and take some quite heavy punishment, MOLLAOGLU, and AMINEVA, I reckon, just trying to tempt her into something which almost paid off a few seconds ago.
No holding, step back. Break. Stop. Listen to my command, break. Stop.
Looking for any slight opening there, because she pushed her opponent off and was hoping the referee wasn't going to say break, and then she would have started again. But it's that kind of job for her, I think, because MOLLAOGLU is certainly tough. She's halfway through the fight here, so she'll be thinking to herself that the end is kind of in sight.
She wants to find an uppercut, she wants to find a left hook around the guard, straight right down the middle as well too, and then she wants a flinch at the end as well. She wants everything out of her opponent, a respite, quite like from your fighters who are looking to establish themselves. Just before, I don't know if we'll see it in this flurry here, but what's also a problem for MOLLAOGLU is that with the shots, they're also just putting off balance as well too, so it's hard for her to find her feet, set them, and then throw the big looping shot that she needs to find, or something to the body, because she's just always that little bit of balance.
Stop. Neslihan. No holding. Okay? Box.
She doesn't need a referee on the case, does she? That's the last thing she needs here, MOLLAOGLU.
So far, no offense, no punching, no holding. No route to victory for the moment from MOLLAOGLU.
Flicking that jab up from the waist there, AMINEVA. MOLLAOGLU not allowing herself to be drawn into anything. She does get low, makes herself a difficult target at times. Punching down, as any fighter will tell you, is a difficult thing to do with power.
I think she trade that for punching up like MOLLAOGLU is.
Good left hand, strong left hand there from AMINEVA, and I think she's hurt MOLLAOGLU here. MOLLAOGLU just goes down to a knee, and the accumulation of punches sees the referee start the count, and it was a left hand that did some damage, and she pursued, stayed on top of her.
It's not just headhunting as well. Despite that height difference, you're still finding the body shot in there as well, which is always the sign of a smart fighter.
20 seconds remaining in the round.
Head up, Neslihan, head up.
Just trying to throw something back there. MOLLAOGLU half turns her back. The bell's about to go any second. And there it goes. 2 more rounds to go. This schedule for 6.
I wonder if the corner might have a look here, maybe pull her out. It's not getting a bad watch in any sort of way, but it's not really mounting her own offense, and in return, she's now taking a knockdown. It's only going one way.
Well, Umar Kremlev with the advice there for AMINEVA with a couple of rounds to go. I'm sure he'd love to see a stoppage, and I think you're right. I think if you're in the away corner here, obviously she's not going to win this fight, and all that's going to happen is she's going to get 4 more minutes of this, and what really is the point of that? That's what you've got to ask yourself if you're in that corner, if you're looking after her, because she's given us plenty. I think, to be honest, there's a big gulf between these two in terms of ability, a huge gulf, and I would not have blamed her if she'd taken a seat by now. I really wouldn't.
No, fair play. She got the heart of a warrior, and she's proven that with a previous pedigree in other sports. What you want to see from AMINEVA though now is she's got the beating of her. You see her take a bit of a half step back, and she doesn't really need to do that. She can force another knockdown or a finish by doing that. If she can find an angle, if she can pivot a little bit to the left or the right, and then find a shot like similar to what Siljagan found in the first round of the last fight against Gonzalez, might find the end of the fight.
Haven't really seen an uppercut from her, have we?
Nothing with any real power. No, they've all kind of doing just those little speculative shots that's been eye-catching, but nothing with real force.
A little step to the side and maybe an uppercut at the centre. That could turn up a result for her, possibly. She's just been allowed to set her feet at that mid-range and get good purchase, good rotation into the punches, and why wouldn't you just keep doing that? Into the second minute of round 5. These 2-minute rounds do tend to slide by. It's a constant debate in pro boxing, 2 minutes or 3 minutes. It's 3 minutes in the amateurs, so I never really understand why there is a debate, to be honest, but I do enjoy the 2 minutes. I think it gives women's pro boxing a signature of its own, a style of its own, and MOLLAOGLU again looked like she might be in a bit of trouble there, but then just came off the ropes and got a hold of AMINEVA, who's quickly back onto it.
Might be a debate over 2 minutes or 3 minutes, but I'm pretty sure MOLLAOGLU's pretty happy with it being 2 minutes right now, although she's probably feeling the hell for those 2 minutes at the moment and wanting them to go past pretty quickly. A double left hook to the body was a nice eye-catching shot, as well as that right hook down to the body as well too. Not negating that work when it'd be very easy to just shoot straight to the head. And like I mentioned, that I've been a sign of a fighter who's got IQ about them, but also someone who's trying to find that finish too.
She's barely breathing in there, AMINEVA. I think she can just put the pedal to the metal really in this final round and get the stoppage. I think there's a good chance up until this point. You mentioned it earlier on that she's wanting to entertain the crowd. She's enjoying herself. I think almost at any point really she could have forced this issue and got that kind of volume stoppage. Certainly over the course of the last couple of rounds, I think she could have, but she's chosen to take the rounds. But I would expect to see her force the issue and literally force a stoppage in this remaining 2 minutes. If she starts quick, then I think it's there for her.
She got the knockdown already, so she's shown she's more than capable of doing that. It's just on her terms, and sometimes a fighter can decide that on the spur of the moment. She's affected a number of good openings, whether it be to the body or the head, and she's had, like it looked like in the moment, her and the ropes in a bit of trouble, but it's literally down to AMINEVA's decision where she wants to do that, and she can do that at any point now in this final round.
But the finish tape is in sight here for MOLLAOGLU, and that can do things to you.
There's that uppercut.
Well, a minute into round 6, and MOLLAOGLU has managed to navigate this fairly comfortably so far. Are we going to see a big finish from AMINEVA, or is she happy just to box out this 6th round?
She looks pretty happy to just find those shots and make sure that nothing's coming back, and just find that little body shot in there, pull the guard down, try and see if she can land a hard shot to the chin as well. All on her terms, as you expect it to be. It's been the rhythm of the fight, and nothing much coming back in return from MOLLAOGLU.
Again, just setting those feet and raining those hooks in.
Draw a little whoop from the crowd as well.
She has used the jab. We haven't really seen her throw too many straight left hands, have we? Just slide it down the middle.
This is where she's now really pouring it on. She's got her opponent looking down at the canvas as well, so those body shots are then open, and she really forced the issue there. I think it's one of those moments in this fight where you've not really got an opponent that's coming back with anything. So is there really any need to throw anything big, or if nothing's coming back? So you've got the win in the bag, see it through, and come out with unscathed, and that's exactly what she's done here. Didn't need to force any other levels apart from the ones or gears that she wanted to, apart from the ones that she wanted to show. So real good outings, real good showcase from AMINEVA. I look forward to seeing more of her off the back of what she put in the ring there.
It was one of those fights, wasn't it, where she hit her opponent plenty, often enough and hard enough to expect her to go over it, to expect the stoppage to come. She was just in with somebody in MOLLAOGLU who was tough and showed a lot of heart and a lot of desire in there to see the job through, which not everybody does.
Yeah, a different referee might have had a harder look at it, or a different corner might have had a different look at it as well too, from the perspective of their fighter MOLLAOGLU. But I mean, she just about saw it through without taking any real big shots. But I was impressed by her skill set. I thought she was really good, and you can see the foundations there which should lead to more bigger and better openings for a fighter who's more adventurous, because she's still in those moments where she didn't need to. She was taking that step back and then mounting her offense in the second phase, the third phase of the attack. So I think there's a lot to like from what she presents, and better fighters will bring out a better result from her too.
That's what she needs, isn't it, now? She needs a step up, because the depth in female pro boxing is not the same yet as it is in male pro boxing. You can move quick, and she's young though. She is still 22, but you feel like she could be let off the leash any time now, really. It's all about matchmaking, isn't it? It's all about picking the right kind of opponent for her, and they will want to keep her on this stage, and getting people to travel might not be the easiest thing in the world.
It's one of those, it's the old adage of boxing as well too. Once you get to championship status, so you've got a belt, then you're at that level. There's no real looking to move down. If you lose a belt, then you move down and you want to get back to that stage. So it's a point of putting or taking the red tape off of her once she's ready, and she looks not far off.
Итак, дамы и господа, в этом бою единогласным решением судей победу по очкам одержала и остается не знающий поражений, представляющая Октябрьский Башкортостан, Азалия Аминева.
So a hand raised again, another victory in IBA.PRO, and she's gathering a good following.
И ваши аплодисменты ее сопернице Неслихан MOLLAOGLU, Турция.
A good round of applause there for MOLLAOGLU as well, which is always good to see, good to hear, because she played her part there, certainly. As I said during the course of the fight, I would not have blamed her if she'd gone down and stayed down in that fourth round, because I think by that stage she'd also already shown us plenty of heart, but she got through the 12 minutes. Tall southpaw. By the look of her, likes to stand and have a fight. AMINEVA has got a lot going for it. And in terms of weight, she was, I think, 65 kilos, 65 point something for that fight. So she could be super lightweight. I think she could box at welterweight, and that's where a lot of the action is, isn't it? In female pro boxing, it's a good spot to be in.
Well, she's got in those highlights you saw there, she can afford to give up her range and want the full extension of the shots there because she's in against a smaller opponent with the lead stance. But even if she put out the full extension of her shots and straight shots as well, it would be a real problem because the skill set or the ability to come round those long arms. It would be a real problem with a bit more experience under her belt. I think she'll be a force to be reckoned with. Someone like Neslihan as well too, like she's a fighter in her own right, she'll be disappointed with that performance that she put out there. She's a fighter inside the ring,